Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me on the Fluhrish Time podcast with Morgan Brock. If you are a recurring subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. And if you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. The Fluhrish Time podcast is dedicated to self-healing, understanding self-worth, and walking in the truth of who you are. Let's get started. Ain't no handouts, that's fine. We ain't waiting in line, it's Fluhrish Time. Ain't no handouts, that's fine. We ain't waiting in line, it's Fluhrish Time. Fluhrish Time, Fluhrish Time. Let's just dive right in. We are in my living room having a regular conversation. And today, when I went to my altar to pray, I prayed that I would receive word to share with you guys that y'all all could relate to help start healing, you know, some of the people who are listening to me, some of the people who just need it. Of course, when I cut the book, I got more than what I was bargaining for, because this was not only something that could help you guys, but it was definitely an eye-opener for me. It was like talking directly about my personal life. So, here goes. So, for our newcomers, we read from the Ayala Banzan, Acts of Faith, Daily Meditations for People of Color book. I pray and I cut my book, and today I cut August 11th and 12th. As I previously mentioned, a little more than what I was bargaining for. I'm going to start with August 12th. Do not envy the oppressor and choose none of his ways. When someone does harm, it seems only natural that you should do the same to him, right? Wrong. You can never get even with someone who has harmed you. Any attempt to do so puts you behind the 8 ball again. 2 wrongs never make a right, nor can you right a wrong by committing another wrong. You may be able to justify your actions politically or socially, but spiritually, you will be held accountable for what you do. Why you do it doesn't count. The pendulum of life swings both ways and brings rewards at both ends of the spectrum. If you use your mind, time, and energy to cause harm to anyone, the pendulum will sooner or later move in your direction. If your slate is clean when it swings towards you, you will not have to worry about being knocked down. I settle all my scores in the court of universal justice. That one right there was more than what I was bargaining for, as you could imagine, because that's the toughest rule to live by. When somebody do something wrong to me, yes, it does feel natural to want to get them back. And Lord knows that I'm not perfect and has fallen victim to these type of circumstances many a times. I still do to this day. As a matter of fact, in the most recent encounter, I would say that some actions I took towards a friend as a reaction of how I felt I was being treated in a certain situation might not have been fair. Should not be what I have done. But it's done now. I did it. And that's usually not me. Usually I'm Johnny on the spot, or I'm eager to help. I just didn't see that same sense of urgency this time. And because it's not me being who I normally am, maybe I will have consequences to pay for that. But I am willing and ready to accept all consequences, because it's done now at this point. So, that being said, the biggest lesson and the best way that I could try and make myself better and start healing myself is to eliminate that sort of interaction between us two. That way, the situation doesn't even have the opportunity to reoccur. That's how I would personally handle it. I want to know how you guys might handle a situation whereas somebody do you wrong and you feel a natural need to retaliate. It's not always right, but sometimes that's what genuinely comes to us. We ain't perfect. So if you guys do not mind, let's keep this conversation going. Comment what you would do if somebody did you wrong. And don't give me be the bigger person, you know, take the high road, because yeah, that's easier said than done. And y'all all have been there before. Let me know what's up. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Ain't no handouts, that's fine. We ain't waiting in line, it's Fluhrish Time. Ain't no handouts, that's fine. We ain't waiting in line, it's Fluhrish Time.